Hello and welcome. I'm Chance McBride, and this is All Access Sports, your source for local sports. Chris is out this week, and he'll be joining us next week. And we're going to start things off today with the high school football playoffs. Okemos football wrapped up the season with a playoff berth after starting the season going 2-3. This led to a playoff berth against the Flint-Carman-Ainsworth Cavaliers and their smash mouth running attack. Carman-Ainsworth Middle School was the host of this Friday night matchup, but weather kept fans from both sides indoors. Okemos football even brought out some heaters to try and keep the players and equipment from freezing. There were a few bright spots as the Chieftains managed to block a punt right after a Flint-Carman touchdown, but were unable to get any points and stalled on 4th down. Late in the game, the Chieftains had one more surge of momentum as they picked off the Cavaliers and on the ensuing play completed a huge double pass, only to have the ball fumbled and recovered by Flint-Carman. The last time the Honolulu Blue stormed out to a record of 7-2, it was 1993, and a gallon of gas cost around $1.16. This weekend's win was the third late-game rally by Stafford and the boys in blue in a row. Detroit fans may be able to see playoff football in Detroit for the first time since the Super Bowl was named the Super Bowl.
Freezing cold temperatures and a little bit of rain couldn't keep the Spartan faithful from coming out to ESPN's College Game Day, where Lee Corso picked his 250th game and picked who else but Sparty.
This week's wideout is another picture of consistency, and I apologize if my Honolulu Blue is showing, but Golden Tate has gotten better every single week, and with Calvin back demanding Pat Peterson's full attention, look for the shifty wideout to surprise the folks in Glendale.
A cold day in East Lansing might have just gotten a little bit colder, with a huge loss to the Buckeyes by a score of 49-37.
Well, now that we've moved past the Pistons, I've moved
so
on.
sad.
He hasn't. Let's talk about one of the teams finding success in Detroit, shall we? The Wings started off the season a little slow, but have roared back to a 17-6-5 overall record, and they have won 8 of their last 10. If the playoffs started right now, they'd be a #1 seed. Didn't see that coming.
No.
And despite being cut by the Steelers, LeGarrette Blount has found his home in New England once again. With the weather getting cold fast, the big bruising running back is sure to prosper in a Patriots offense that has gotten better every week of the season. Historically, the Patriots win in the cold and the snow, and Blount adds an attitude and a running style that the Pats are going to need going into the playoffs and late December.
Definitely. He did great at the end of last year. Expect the same.
Spurned by the Steelers, and he just showed right back up and kept running.
Shows up with the Patriots. Everyone, when they go to the Patriots, they'll show up.
What is it about the Patriots?
Might be the coach.
Could be.
I think it's the coach.
I think it's the coach, too.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that another day, and that's it for this edition of All Access Sports. I'm Chance McBride. Fortune favors those who are well prepared. Even though Michigan fell from #1 to #2 in overall rankings, there's still a need for that extra edge on the ice. Elevation Training, which opened up 3 years ago, has become the mecca for hockey training in the area. Former Carolina Hurricane Brad Fast is helping area players elevate every facet of their game.
My name is Brad Fast. I opened up Elevation just about 3 years ago. We've got kids in here that are 5 years old, starting out in the little Sparties and mini-mite programs at Suburban here, all the way up to 60-year-olds that I do lessons with on the ice. And then anywhere in between, we've got players that are beginners, we've got NHL players, we've got college players, and then we have individuals and teams. So we've got a nice wide range of athletes in here.
Coupled with his knowledge of the game, Fast uses some very sophisticated equipment to help with the skill development of his players.
Yeah, the rapid shot it's a batting cage for hockey players. The puck gets passed to you automatically, and as it does, one of the lights that are attached to the 4 corners of the net, one of them is going to light up. That's the corner you aim for. You get scored based on how hard, how accurate, and how quick your release is. It's really fun. It's pretty addicting because you get ranked locally, maybe within your team, and even worldwide. So some people really want to compete to get that #1 ranking.
With the rapid shot handling reaction and shot skills, the aptly named skating treadmill helps players develop their stride.
It's actually, we call it the skating treadmill. You wear your normal ice skates, you get harnessed in, and yes, it's a treadmill. You skate the same way that you do on the ice. Takes a session to get used to, and after that, it's a great training tool because you have a coach literally standing 2 feet away from you that can correct your strides as it's going instead of yelling orders down the ice or anything. And we do different programs on there, whether we're teaching technique or we can do speed programs, endurance programs, and the coolest thing about this one is we can skate and shoot at the same time.
Fast's love for the game brought him back to East Lansing to help pass on the tradition and knowledge that he gained in the pros. Fast talks about what made him want to teach the game that he loves.
I came to East Lansing in 1999 to play at MSU. I played 4 years there, Went on and played 8 years pro after that, and then as things were winding down, I was trying to figure out what I should be doing career-wise, and didn't want to really step away from hockey, so I thought that this would be a very good way to stay in hockey and then make a job of it.
Elevation Training is located inside Suburban Ice in East Lansing. For more information on hours and training routines, go to elevationhockey.net.
3, 2. This is Sparta!
Few things get people more excited than a big game between two college football powerhouses. One of those things is when they have a chance to be on TV on one of the most watched shows across the country. Their slogan, "Get up, it's game day," could not have been more appropriate. ESPN's College Game Day coming to town meant the party for Sparty started a little earlier than the game, and it was a chance for both Buckeye and Spartan fans to show their senses of humor and their colors.
See, today's a good game for us. We continue to watch Ohio State be the second best team in Ohio.
Fans from all ages and allegiances made the trek to the mud pit formerly known as Dem Hall.
Oh, I've been coming out to the games since I was a Boy Scout, escorting people to their places of seats, and then just following along and tailgating since '88.
After a long show, it was finally time for Lee Corso to pick the winner of the big matchup.
Freezing cold temperatures and a little bit of rain couldn't keep the Spartan faithful from coming out to ESPN's College Game Day, where Lee Corso picked his 250th game and picked who else but Sparty.
This is
I'm Chance McBride in East Lansing for Home TV.
This is
The game started off as the hottest spot in freezing East Lansing. Sparty's offense showed poise after a botched 47-yard OSU field goal turned into a 5-play, 70-yard scoring drive capped by a 15-yard touchdown to Keith Mumphrey. OSU's JT Barrett rumbled in from 5 yards out on the following 4-play, 70-yard drive to tie it up 7-all. MSU would later stall on offense and punt, only to have it recovered on the OSU 33-yard line. Jeremy Langford then hopped on the momentum train and took it to the house on his first carry. 3 minutes into the second, and JT Barrett dives into the end zone to tie it up at 14-all. Spartans move in front 21-14, and this would be the last time they held the lead.
We got a chance, we go in for a touchdown, get a holding call, makes it 28-14, but they take it off the board and we miss the field goal. So next play is a 79-yard touchdown. So it goes from 28-14 to 21-all, and all of a sudden momentum just flipped.
And I think they played their best. They came in for revenge, and then they got it. We didn't step up and meet the challenge.
Sophomore tight end Josiah Price was able to score in the fourth, and Jeremy Langford dug in for the last green and white touchdown of the afternoon. A cold day in East Lansing might have just gotten a little bit colder, with a huge loss to the Buckeyes by a score of 49-37. Michigan State's playoffs hopes are all but dashed now that they have 2 losses, but if the chips fall in their favor, they may have an outside shot at going to Dallas. They play Maryland next week. In East Lansing and Spartan Stadium, I'm Chance McBride, Home TV.